The whole point of espionage and spies is in its secrecy. The so-called Agent Number 25 is no exception to this rule. We can never conclude with 100% certainty who he was. There is, however, more than reasonable probability that he was Colonel Alfred Redl, Chief of Austro-Hungarian Counterintelligence and Chief of Staff for the Austro-Hungarian 8th Corps in Prague. He, allegedly, was the one feeding his agency counterpart in Russian Empire, the Russian main directorate of the General Staff, with tremendously valuable information about Austro-Hungarian plans for strategic deployments against Russia, Serbia, and Italy. How bad was his role in downfall of the same army that gave him everything? Well, let's put it this way. When an ex-director of American CIA and Soviet general agreed on calling him the arch-traitor of Austro-Hungary, you know it's bad. In November 1912, Russian War Minister Vladimir Alexandrovich Sukho-Mlinov characterized him as an agent meriting great credibility because of his previous communications. It is a lesser-known fact that some of the major documents he was sending dated back to at least 1908. That's also the same year when Austro-Hungary decided to annex Bosnia and Herzegovina, the act that not all of its neighboring countries took lightly. In late 1912, he sent at least 5 messages about mobilization crisis in Austro-Hungary that followed soon after the First Balkan War. The messages had 2 consequences. They influenced the outcome of mobilization crisis, and they gave the Russians the insight in Austro-Hungarian troop mobilization regime. Based on the intel, the Russian intelligence came up with 3 conclusions. First, Austro-Hungarian mobilization regime had high degree of decentralization and flexibility. Second, the 3 Austro-Hungarian corps in Galicia would undergo covert mobilization in advance or in pre-mobilization period. And third, the subjugation of Serbia would at least need 7 corps. When in 1914 Austria started to mobilize against Serbia, intel from Agent Number 25 said they are mobilizing 13 corps, some 3/4 of its entire army, which raised suspicions in Russia about this just being a localized war. So how did Alfred Redl become Agent Number 25? In 1905, as a 41-year-old captain, he was sent to the Caucasus to study Russian. How he got caught up in it, well, there are different theories. For usual ones like greed to ones involving people who he shared his bed during cold Russian nights.